Have you ever noticed how much energy we waste trying to prove ourselves to other people? Think about it for a moment. How many times have you explained your decisions to people who do not even support your dreams? How many times have you waited for someone else to approve your goals before taking action? And if you are learning English right now, maybe you know this feeling very well. Maybe you are afraid that people will laugh at your accent. Maybe you think your English is not good enough. Maybe you compare yourself to someone who speaks better than you. But let me tell you something important today. Every second you spend trying to prove yourself to others is a second you are taking away from your own progress. The moment you stop looking for approval, something powerful happens. Your focus changes. Instead of asking, "What will people think?" you start asking, "What can I improve today?" And that simple change can transform your life. Success does not come from talking about what you will do. Success does not come from convincing people that you are capable. Success comes from action. It comes from discipline. It comes from showing up every day, even when nobody is watching. Most people never reach their goals because they are too distracted. They spend hours on social media comparing their lives to other people. They worry about opinions that don't really matter. And slowly, without realizing it, they lose their energy. But if you want to grow, especially if you want to learn English, you must protect your focus. Learning a language takes patience, it takes repetition, it takes courage. There will be days when you feel slow. There will be days when you feel like you aren't improving, but that does not mean you are failing. It means you are learning. Every word you read, every sentence you speak, every mistake you make, all of it is progress. Remember this, progress is often invisible at the beginning. Learning English is like planting a tree. You plant the seed, you water it every day, but for a long time you see nothing. However, under the ground, something powerful is happening. The roots are growing. And one day, the tree finally appears. Your English is the same. If you continue practicing every day, one day you will wake up and realize something amazing. You understand more. You speak more easily. You feel more confident. But this only happens if you do not quit. And that is why this message is important for you today. Do not compare yourself to other learners. Everyone has a different journey. Some people learn fast, some people learn slowly, but speed does not matter. Consistency matters. Small daily progress is stronger than big motivation that disappears after 1 week. And this is exactly why this channel exists. We want to help you practice English every day in a simple and motivating way. So before we continue, if you want to improve your English step by step, subscribe to the channel Daily English JC. This channel is made for learners like you, people who want to grow, people who want to practice, people who refuse to give up. So subscribe now and continue this journey with us. Now let's continue. Another big problem that stops many learners is comparison. They listen to someone speaking perfect English and immediately think, "I will never speak like that." But what they forget is something very important. That person was once a beginner too. Every fluent speaker you admire started exactly where you are right now, with simple words, with mistakes, with slow sentences. Fluency is not magic. Fluency is the result of thousands of small efforts. Reading every day, listening every day, speaking even when it feels uncomfortable. Confidence does not come from waiting until you are ready. Confidence comes from taking action before you feel ready. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They think, "I will speak English when my grammar is perfect." But the truth is simple. That moment will never come. You become better by speaking, not by waiting. You become confident by practicing, not by thinking. So speak even if your sentence is not perfect. Speak even if your accent is strong. Speak even if you make mistakes. Because every time you try, you are building experience, and experience creates confidence. Another secret that successful people understand is discipline. Motivation is powerful, but motivation does not stay forever. Some days you will feel excited to learn English. Other days you will feel tired. That's normal. But discipline means continuing even on the difficult days. It means practicing even when you don't feel motivated. And when you combine patience with discipline, something incredible happens. Progress becomes inevitable. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in 1 week, but they underestimate what they can achieve in 1 year. Imagine practicing English just a little every day, reading a few minutes, listening to English videos, speaking simple sentences. After 1 year, the difference will be huge. That's the power of consistency. Success is not one big moment. Success is thousands of small moments repeated again and again. And the same rule applies to learning English. You don't need to be the most talented person. You don't need to be the smartest person. You only need to be the person who refuses to quit, the person who continues learning, the person who keeps practicing, the person who believes that improvement is possible. And if you keep doing that, your progress will surprise you. One day you will understand conversations that seemed impossible. One day you will speak English without fear. One day you will realize that all those small efforts created something powerful. And when that moment comes, you will be proud of yourself because you did not give up. So remember this message. Do not waste your energy trying to impress people. Use that energy to improve yourself. Stay focused on your goals. Practice every day. Protect your time and never compare your progress to someone else's. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. If you become just a little better every day, your future will be incredible. And if you want to continue learning English with motivation, practice, and confidence, make sure you subscribe to Daily English JC. This channel is made for learners like you, people who want to grow, people who want to practice, people who refuse to give up. So subscribe now and continue this journey with us. Now let's continue. Another big problem that stops many learners is fear. Not fear of danger, but fear of embarrassment. Many learners are afraid to speak English because they think people will judge them. They worry that their grammar is wrong. They worry that their pronunciation is not perfect. But here is something you must understand. Mistakes are not the enemy of learning. Mistakes are the path to learning. Every person who speaks English fluently today has made thousands of mistakes. Thousands. But they kept going. They kept speaking. They kept practicing. And slowly, those mistakes became lessons. So if you are learning English right now, I want you to remember something very important. Do not fear mistakes. Fear quitting. Because mistakes teach you, but quitting stops you completely. Think about a child learning to walk. When a baby tries to walk for the first time, they fall, again and again. But imagine if the baby said, "I fell once, so I will never try again." That baby would never learn to walk. But that's not what babies do. They stand up again, they try again, they fall again, but eventually they walk. Learning English works the same way. You speak, you make mistakes, you improve, and step by step you become better. Another thing that stops many learners is the belief that learning English is too difficult, but the truth is very different. Learning English is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. You don't need to study 10 hours every day. You only need to practice a little every day. 10 minutes of listening, 10 minutes of reading, 10 minutes of speaking. Small actions, but repeated every day. Over time, those small actions become powerful. Imagine putting 1 coin in a jar every day. At the beginning, it looks like nothing, but after a year, the jar is full. Learning English works exactly the same way. You know 1 word, it's a coin. You practice 1 sentence, another coin. You watch a video in English, another coin. And slowly your knowledge grows. You may not notice it immediately, but one day you will realize something amazing. You understand more. You speak more easily. You feel more confident. But this only happens if you do not quit. And that is why this message is important for you today. Do not compare yourself to other learners. Everyone has a different journey. Some people learn fast, some people learn slowly, but speed does not matter. Consistency matters. Small daily progress is stronger than big motivation that disappears after 1 week. And this is exactly why this channel exists. We want to help you practice English every day in a simple and motivating way. So before we continue, if you want to improve your English step by step, subscribe to the channel Daily English JC. This channel is made for learners like you, people who want to grow, people who want to practice, people who refuse to give up. So subscribe now and continue this journey with us.